Okay, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so today we have a webinar, Introduction to Assemblr EDU with the one and only Anita Yustisia. Okay, the CCO from Assemblr World. Okay, so before we proceed with our webinar, okay, welcome. We have attendees from 14 countries so far in this webinar. Welcome to Malaysia, because this webinar is organized by SK Tamamukina, which is one of the Microsoft Showcase School in Malaysia, and in collaboration with Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Johor. Okay, so during this webinar, okay, as a social media campaign, okay, please take your selfie and share your selfie during this webinar using SKTBI X Assemblr, and you also can do hashtag Assemblr. Okay, you can follow Assemblr social media account by clicking this link. So I will share this link later in the chat section, and I will also share this link in the live chat in YouTube. Okay, so besides you clicking on the link, you can also scan the QR code below, and you can get the link immediately. And as for the Malaysian teachers, okay, you can join our community using this link, bit.ly/fb_Assemblr EDU_Malaysia. Okay, at the end of the session, I will provide you with a link for you to get the e-certificate from us. Okay, so attendance and e-certificate form will be given at the end of the session. So all webinar attendees will be given e-certificate, and as for Malaysia teachers, you will be accredited with SPL KPM credit as part of your professional development. So Assemblr also will provide all attendees with digital goodies at the end of the session. Okay, during Q&A session, okay, we only have 10 minutes for Q&A session. So the attendees in Microsoft Teams, okay, we do two platforms today. Okay, we have attendees in Microsoft Teams, and also we have attendees in YouTube channel. Okay, so for attendees in Microsoft Teams, okay, you can use a raise hand feature. Okay, if you raise hand, and I will enable your microphone, and you can unmute yourself, and you can ask Anita directly. Okay, or if you are shy, okay, you also can use the chat section. Okay, you can type in your question, and Najwa, our moderator today, will read your question on your behalf. Okay, as for the viewers in YouTube, okay, don't worry, you are not left behind. Okay, you also can type in your question, and I will highlight selected question to be posted to Anita. Okay, so without further ado, I will invite Anita now.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm really happy to see a lot of people here, and I believe there's also a lot of people on YouTube. I would like to introduce myself before I start the session. So I'm Anita. I'm the Chief Creative Officer. I mostly work on the community side. So I'm really focusing on the educational side of the community. So yeah, I will give you an introduction to Assemblr EDU and what our educational community is currently like. So yeah, let's start. Okay, I will share my screen now. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, something's wrong. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So before I start the session, I would also like to remind everyone here that if you stay until the end, I will give you a digital goodies. So you will be able to get, it's still a secret, but you'll get digital goodies. So yeah, stay until the end. And if you have any questions, feel free to type it on the chat box. And yeah, I will be happy to answer all of your questions. So, hi everyone, I'm Anita. So I will do introduction on Assemblr EDU. But before I explain to you what Assemblr EDU, give you a basic, fundamental explanation about what technology we're using right now. So I believe that most of you have heard of augmented reality. Maybe some of you haven't. Maybe some of you are confused. What is the difference between augmented reality and what's the difference between virtual reality? So actually, these two are quite similar, but it's not the same. So augmented reality is a technology that supports users to enhance their reality conditions with the addition of virtual objects. So as you can see on the left side of this image, you'll be able to see a person holding a smartphone. And inside that smartphone, there's a yellow sofa, a yellow chair. So that person can move the sofa around, the chair around. Meanwhile, he can still see the real world situation using his camera. So he's placing a digital object inside his on his camera using just his fingertips. And meanwhile, virtual reality. So virtual reality is a technology that can replace the user's reality environment and situation with new digital and virtual situations. So if you want to experience virtual reality, then you will have to have a a VR headset. So you have to purchase a VR headset. So when you put that on, you will be entering a whole new dimension. You will be entering a whole new world where it's very different from what you see every day. And so that is called virtual reality. So you are entering a new reality, but augmented reality is you are adding digital objects into your reality using your smartphone or using your camera. I think that's for some of you, maybe it's kind of hard to digest. So I will do another example on what is augmented reality. Okay, so as you can see, this is a 3D of a frog. And if you turn on the camera, you can place the frog on the table. So right now I'm trying to scan the surface. And then when I tap it on the surface, you'll be able to see the frog standing on top of the table. So that is augmented reality. You can place it anywhere. You can turn it over. You can resize it. You can do anything with this 3D digital object. So this is called augmented reality. You are adding this digital object to the real world. And as you can see, there are also a lot of interactivities that you can do inside with augmented reality. You can see the insides of a frog as well. So the process of adding virtual content to the real world, so users can feel and experience the virtual content in their real world. As you can see on the right side, there's a crocodile and a rabbit. You can simply run around the 3D object. It won't move, so it will stay put on the same location as you have placed. So you can place it anywhere around you. So when you place it on a surface, it wouldn't move anywhere. So it's basically like you're putting something on top of the real world. So, are you aware of augmented reality in your reality? Maybe augmented reality can be something that is too technical for everyone to understand because it sounds a bit techy. So, but did you know that these days you are already experiencing augmented reality? I believe that everyone here is familiar with Pokemon Go, right? So if you turn on your camera, you'll be able to see Pokemons all over the road. You'll be able to see Pikachu. You'll be able to catch a Bulbasaur. You'll be able to run around to follow Charizard and catch him just using your camera and throwing your Pokeball. So that experience is actually called augmented reality. Using that technology, you'll be able to feel as if this digital being is actually right in front of you. It feels like it's actually it feels like it's in your world. It feels more real. And another example that we use almost every day, maybe for some people, maybe for most of us, basically, is face filters. So I believe everyone here use face filters, right? I know that everyone have at least tried the Instagram or Snapchat filters where you will be able to wear digital glasses and put rabbit ears on top of your head, or you'll be able to look much more prettier. You can look much more scarier. You would do anything. Basically, those filters are called augmented reality. So Instagram, Snapchat, Snow, and any other filter cameras, they have been using the term filter as for replacement for augmented reality, because filters, they sound, face filters, they sound more friendlier, but augmented reality sounds more techy, and it sounds like not quite friendly at all. So yes, those face filters that you have been using, it's called augmented reality. It is augmented or actually placing this digital content on top of your face. Okay, I hope from that point you get the idea of what augmented reality is. And as you can see on the left side, there is a dinosaur and a dog. They're in the same frame, but actually the dog does not isn't actually aware that the T-Rex is there. So yeah, they look like they're in the same world, but they're actually not. Okay, so the feature of augmented reality. So as you can see, these are the percentage of AR users who say it has the most exciting potential in the industry. So we have 53% in the gaming industry. As you can see, Pokemon Go was a big hit, right? And now we have Harry Potter and we have Jurassic Park in AR version. So yes, that is quite happening these days. And film and TV, if you watch TV, a lot of channels or news shows, they are using augmented reality to show or present something. And then social media, yes, they have face filters and other similar to face filters as well. And navigation, yes, you can navigate throughout the city using augmented reality. And then classroom education. So this one is quite big. This is actually really big, and this is really happening ever since. Actually, it has been happening a long time before COVID or the pandemic has started. So augmented reality has been a huge hit over the past couple of years because of how augmented reality can help you create interactive lessons and how it can captivate your students' attention into the lesson and so on, which I will explain on the next slides. Okay, so the role of augmented reality in education. So augmented reality in education is an alternative to create a better experience through visual-based learning. And it has been used to complement a standard curriculum. So teachers have been using lessons that is based on standard curriculum wherever they are in this world. And then textbooks, flashcards, and other educational reading materials containing embedded markers. So teachers, they have been using image markers. Those image markers, when you scan on them, your students will be able to see the lessons popping up right on top of the image. And there are also a lot of AR products on the market. You will be able to experience a lot of educational contents with those products as well. And AR lab classes. So you can interact with 3D models of humans, animals, and plants. So teachers use AR to do a replicate of lab models. As you can see that those we have lab models in the laboratorium. They have a human skull, a human skeleton, and stuff. But it's in AR version. So AR can imitate anything that is in real life, and the teachers can bring these objects anywhere they want to, everywhere and anywhere they want to go. Okay, and yes, I hope until this point everyone gets the idea of what augmented reality can do. So I would like to introduce you to Assemblr EDU. Assemblr EDU is promoting augmented reality to enhance learning abilities such as problem solving, collaboration, and creation to better prepare students for the future. Assemblr EDU offers three-dimensional methods of presenting information, which automatically can stimulate students to understand the lesson better. So yes, in a nutshell, that is what Assemblr EDU is. I will explain to you further on the next slides. So our mission is to make augmented reality accessible for anyone, anywhere in one easy platform. So Assemblr EDU is one of Assemblr's whole ecosystem. So we have Assemblr App. So in Assemblr App, you can create AR contents in general. And in Assemblr Studio, so this is so Assemblr App is a mobile version, and Assemblr Studio is a desktop version. So we understand that some schools do not allow students to bring cell phones to school or iPads and other gadgets. So we provide desktop applications because we believe that almost every school have school labs. So that's why we want to provide this this application to be available for everyone in the education sector. And then we have Assemblr EDU. So Assemblr EDU is the mobile app where students or teachers can access and browse through a lot of lessons. They can create a lot of projects. They can also assign tasks. They can also create exams and such. They can share documents and other things that I will explain on the next slides. So what I will explain to you today is our mobile app, which is called Assemblr EDU. What is Assemblr EDU? So Assemblr EDU is a platform that facilitates users to discover, create, and share lessons in AR or 3D format seamlessly. With Assemblr EDU, users can simulate models from every angle using AR technology and bring students closer to a more immersive learning experience through smartphones, tabs, or computers. Assemblr EDU not only provides a platform, but we also focus on improving the quality and ability of educators around the world in utilizing technology to increase students' understanding of learning something. Yes, so that is what Assemblr EDU is, but I believe that you will understand more on the next slides because I will show you a lot of demos on every feature. So yes, we are available on cross-platform. So we are available on Android, iOS, Windows, and Mac OS. And we have a lot of active users. We have 73,000 active users and growing. We have 30,000 app downloads for Assemblr EDU, and we have almost 100,000 class activity sessions. So why do teachers use Assemblr EDU amongst all other amazing learning apps? First of all, it's visual-based learning. So it gets students pumped to learn with stunning animations, 3D, and it helps every teachers to motivate their students to be able to understand the lesson better because students tend to get bored pretty much easily when they just see a textbook and an image, and that actually doesn't quite help that much. But by using 3D and animation and video and such, it helps them. It opens their minds. It opens their creativity. It makes them easier to understand the lesson in a fun way. So yes, it's every young learner's favorite medium. And the second one is making the abstract concrete. So using Assemblr EDU, you can explain unimaginable concepts easier by presenting it from every angle using AR. And it's pretty much fun because when you let's say you're opening a textbook, and inside that textbook you only see words and maybe some images from one side, but actually it doesn't explain that much because you will have to see the whole part of the lesson. So like, let's say, for example, there's a lesson about a human heart, but you can only see from one side of the human heart. It doesn't really explain much about what the human heart looks like. Usually it's the illustration isn't that clear enough and such, but when you use 3D, when you use augmented reality, when you use sounds, when you see a real sized human heart floating on top of your textbook, it gives them a really good understanding of what the lesson is all about. So that is one of the examples. And then Assemblr EDU has infinite resources. So everyone can use our ready-made 3D educational materials in the app. You can purchase them from online marketplaces, and then you can import your 3D onto Assemblr EDU. So yeah, you can do a lot of things in Assemblr EDU. You can create a lot of projects inside Assemblr EDU. And last but not least, it's Assemblr EDU inspires creativity. So Assemblr EDU involves students in fun tasks, such as making their own projects out of what they have learned. Now I will be explaining what features we have in Assemblr EDU. Our very first important feature is virtual classroom. So we have a virtual classroom inside Assemblr EDU. I believe everyone here is familiar with Google Classroom, right? I believe that everyone here uses Google Classroom. So Assemblr EDU's virtual classroom feature is it's almost the same as Google Classroom, but personally, I think it's better than Google Classroom. So it's not just about posting files, sharing files, posting videos, posting images, post messages, post links, but you can post Assemblr projects. You can share materials to your students, and you'll be also able to invite other colleagues or other teachers or other students into your classroom. So it's like managing your own class more efficiently. So this is our classroom feature. As you can see, we have a lot of classes here. Now, I would like to create a new classroom right here. And then when you tap on the plus button on the right bottom right corner, you'll be able to post links, and then you will also be able to post an image. You can upload your own image from your device, and then you can also post a video, a YouTube link, like so. And then you'll also be able to comment and like the post. And then you can also share your Assemblr lesson into your classroom, like so. And you can also invite other students or other teachers into the classroom. Okay, so that was the virtual classroom feature. You will be able to do a lot of things there. You'll be able to post messages and such. So it's basically similar to Google Classroom, but it is connected with our editor, with our AR Augmented Reality editor, which I will explain on the next slide. Okay, our second most important feature is the topics feature. So on the topics feature, you will be able to see a lot of lessons. You'll be able to browse these lessons, and you'll be able to share these lessons to your students or share them to the classroom, or you'll also just directly present it using a digital whiteboard. You can use a projector and such. So this is a preview of the topics page. So these are the lessons. You can pick any of them, and then you can play it in AR or 3D. Okay. So we have official contents. We create our own contents, but we also provide a place where users or teachers can share their lessons. So if you want to share your lesson with other teachers, there's an option where people can see all the user-created contents on the topics page. So this is an example of one of the lessons that we have created. It's about the human heart. As you can see, you can turn the 3D, place it in the real world. So I'm trying to scan the surface, and there you go. It's on top of the rug, and I have just tried to place it. I tried to resize it, and then I'm currently tapping on each annotation to see all the notes that the teacher have posted. So yes, this is the kind of augmented reality lesson that the teacher can provide for the students. And the next one is the Assemblr marker. So in this session, in this feature, sometimes people get mixed up between what is a marker. So QR marker is provided by Assemblr EDU. When you create any kind of project, you will be able to generate your own QR marker. And once you create your project and you downloaded your QR marker, you can share that QR marker to your students, or you can just print them and on the wall so that the teacher can see, the students can see the lessons and such. But custom marker is something that you can upload and then you can set it as a marker. So if you have, let's say, a picture of this frog, and you save this picture of a frog, and then you open your project about let's say the lesson is about the anatomy of a frog. So when you open your project and then you upload a picture of a frog, this image of this custom marker, or this image, will allow you, or will help you trigger the project to pop up right on top of the custom marker or the custom image. So this is what it's actually like. So this is the difference between QR marker and custom marker. So this is a QR marker. As you can see, if you scan on it, there will be a 3D object popping right on top of the QR marker. And if you take it wherever you want. You will stay in place. So this is the custom marker. So if you scan on it, you'll be able to see your project pop right on top of it. So it's basically depends on how you want to present your lesson. Last but not least, the most important of all the features, it's called the editor. So you can create lessons in Assemblr EDU. You can create materials much more easier using these editors. And you can also add various visual elements in the form of annotations, videos, images, 3D text, and much more. So I will show you a quick example of what the editor looks like. So this is the simple editor, and this is your workspace. On your workspace, you'll be able to see thousands of 3D objects inside the library, and then you can pick any of them and you can compose your own lesson. So as you can see, I am using the human heart again, and I am tapping on the middle of the workspace. And then I can type also I can place an annotation, and then when I feel like, oh, I think this is already complete, I can share this to the classroom, or I can view it in AR and just share it directly to the students. So as you can see, this is the human heart, which you have seen previously. This is being placed on top of the rug. So this can be done in just couple of seconds and minutes, and that is actually how easy it is to create a lesson using Assemblr EDU. And then I will also show you what our Assemblr Studio can do. So Assemblr Studio is the desktop application that allows users to create interactive AR lessons by simply importing their own 3D from a PC. So when the projects are finished, your project will be synced to your Assemblr app on your mobile device and ready to be presented to the class. So this is a demo of what our desktop app looks like. So this is the dashboard, and you can also pick on a template. And this is your workspace. It's kind of familiar with the editor on your smartphone, actually. So right now, I'm going to place a frog on top of my workspace, and I'm going to place an annotation. I'm going to type a text, and I'm going to place a couple of annotations on some parts. Okay, if you think that it's all good, you can proceed to the next step. Okay, now I will publish this, and I will be able to see it on the classroom. So, and I can also see it in augmented reality, like so. Okay. Okay. I think that is all from explaining what Assemblr EDU can do in the classroom. But now I would like to show you how teachers are using Assemblr EDU in the classroom. So if maybe you're questioning, how am I supposed to show this to my students? How is it like? How's the process? How is this done? So this is how the teachers are doing it. So as you can see, the teachers usually they print out markers and they let their students to be able to see the AR contents. So these AR contents are can help the students see the lessons in a more interactive way, and they can also experience it in a much more fun way. Or maybe let's say from Mona Hosni from Egypt, she has presented the AR straight from her cell phone, straight from her smartphone, and the students see the AR content straight from her phone. Or let's see on the next page. Yes, some schools provide iPads or Android tabs. So some teachers they instruct their students to create a project, maybe for a group project or individual project, so they can create, or at least they can illustrate their ideas using Assemblr EDU. And then we have teachers who also use the digital whiteboard. So these teachers usually they place the QR marker, they like a huge QR marker on the digital whiteboard, and they let their students open the Assemblr app and scan on the QR marker so that they can see what the lesson looks like. And I think that is an amazing experience for the students because it helps them to understand the lesson very, very easier. And we also have a teacher from Texas. His name is Mike Pitcher. He uses a projector to share the AR project onto to the wall. Or teachers such as Christine Danhoff from Ohio. She has been printing out all the AR markers that we have provided on our website or on our app, and she lets her students to be able to scan all of the AR markers. So there are endless possibilities of how augmented reality can be accessed. And these are some classroom activities from all the students that has been experiencing augmented reality with Assemblr EDU. And this is from the University of Science, Malaysia. They use Assemblr EDU to project their lessons. Okay, and we also have during the pandemic. When the pandemic has started, some teachers started to do homeschooling, and this is how it looks like. So yeah. Okay. So this is the Assemblr trainer. So this person, his name is Ari Mursandi. He is one of our Assemblr trainers who is currently running around the whole Indonesia to teach Assemblr EDU to all the masses. They are trying to approach government, teachers, institutions, schools, so that they can start using Assemblr EDU in the classroom or in their learning experiences. So yes, there are a lot of active trainers these days that are helping us to spread the word. And these are also a couple of activities that is done by Agung Ade Yulianto and Fathah Nur Prawita. They are trainers that are also helping us spread the word of what Assemblr EDU and how it can benefit in their teaching experiences. Yes, I think that is all from the trainer side. And now I would like to explain to you a quick introduction to Assemblr EDU's community. It's called Assemblr Certified Educator. So this is a program that I'm focusing on right now, and I've been in good contact with a lot of educators. So Assemblr Certified Educator is a community that gathers teachers from all around the world. ACE enables teachers to communicate, get certified, and rewarded through fun and engaging tasks. So these are some teachers that are in the community. Actually, we have 678 registered educators that are active using Assemblr EDU. But these are one of the most active ones. And I see that you're familiar with one of the person right here. It's called Fazli. Fazli is one of our active educators from the community. So yes, Fazli has been using Assemblr EDU. I think he has been using it for a while. Last year, we also created a webinar. I think it was around May or June, I think. June, yeah. Okay, yeah. We did a webinar on Assemblr on June. That time, Assemblr EDU was very, very much different from what we have today. There wasn't any. the features were still weren't as exciting as the ones that we have today, but thankfully Fazli believed in us, and he keeps on using Assemblr EDU, and that is what makes all these educators really, really special. So thank you so much, Fazli, for your trust. Okay, so actually I would like to explain to you how does our community work. So I would like to show you the tasks. So before you join our community, you will have to join the community. We will have to register through our website. And when you're done registering our website, our team will see if you passed or if you failed, and they will notify you from through an email. But you'll have to wait a couple of while, because there are a lot of registers on our database, but we check them daily. But yes, when you pass the test, you'll be able to see all the tasks, and the tasks are not hard at all. I think it's something that you can do. It's like it's liking our social media pages, or it is like creating AR lessons, or participate in the monthly challenges, attend ACE online or offline meetups, and then you can also create tutorials. So whatever you do that is related to Assemblr EDU, those will get you points and will help you level up. So this is what level 1 looks like. So these are the rewards for level 1, level 2, and level 3. So if you reach level 1, you'll receive a printable certificate, ACE Inventor digital badge, and when you reach level 2, you will be able to receive individual account for 3 months, and then when you reach level 3, you'll be able to be featured on our website or get a bonus of 5 custom graphic AR markers. And the rewards are, and we have a lot of other rewards as well. So yeah, so this is one of our main activities. So we have monthly meetups with all the educators from all over the world. It's a 1-hour session. So we try to listen and hear feedbacks from these teachers. And we also host monthly challenges. So I announce the winners here, and I also announce the educators who made it to our blog, and we also have educators who are certified to be the monthly educator as well. So yes, our educators are from around the globe. We have educators from Tunisia, Ukraine, Egypt, Malaysia, of course, and we have from Brunei, US, UK, you name it. It's now widespread everywhere. So yeah, there are 678 teachers from around the world that is joining the community, and I hope that for all the teachers that is watching this session right now can join the community as well, so that they can meet other teachers, and maybe you can receive feedbacks or get to know other teachers as well. So yes, we are partnering with the government. We are partnering with a lot of institutions, and in Malaysia, we are also partnering with University of Science Malaysia. And yeah, we have a lot of partners actually right now that is trying to use technology in their teaching experiences. Okay, I think that is all from me. I think we're going to enter the Q&A session, but before that, maybe you can screenshot this page if you want. If you have any inquiries, if you would like to collaborate, if you have any feedbacks, if you have any ideas, if you have any bug reports or just anything, send me an email. My email is anita@assemblerworld.com. So yeah, thank you so much. Maybe we can move on to the Q&A session.
Okay, Anita. There are several questions about Assemblr EDU. And the first one is from, can you hear me, Anita?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. The first one is from Muhammad Fazimi Imran. He was asking whether in Assemblr EDU, does it has the same features as Google Classroom? And can it also be linked to Google Classroom as well, so it can be applied easily for educators?
Yes, okay. Should I answer it now or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you want me
right,
to read more questions?
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Maybe I can answer it one by one. So basically, that is yes, that is the. Thank you so much, Najwa. So that is the most asked question. A lot of teachers have been asking that because they are using Assemblr. They are using Google Classroom, right? They're already using Google Classroom, but they want to have Assemblr EDU with it. So yes, actually, the links, all the projects within Assemblr EDU are public. If you set it on public, you can share it to students, you can share it to everyone. But if you share it as private, you'll not be able to share that link. But if you want, you can just copy the link of the lessons and paste it on Google Classroom. When your student opens that project, they will be directed to Assemblr EDU, and they'll be able to open the project. But also, I would also like to announce this. In the near future, I think on the third quarter, I think it's around August. I think August. Yes, there will be a web-based AR browser. So when you open an AR project from Assemblr EDU and your student doesn't have Assemblr EDU, it's okay. They can just open it from their browser, maybe on their phone or maybe on their laptop. So they don't have to download Assemblr EDU to experience the AR experience. So yes, you can share that on Google Classroom.
Najwa, we have one attendee that raised their hand. Okay, Wong Ilin, can you unmute yourself and you can ask the question?
All right. Good evening to everyone. Okay, I'm Miss Ilin from Malaysia. Okay. I understand that for the Assemblr EDU, I just want to know when did it happen, because for me it's quite new about it. Like we are using Google Classroom. So like in Malaysia, do we have been introduced to our education for at the moment for this year about the Assemblr education, and does we have any workshop for it for the teachers to implement this program? Thanks.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Ellen, for your question. So I would like to answer your first question. So when did it all happen? When did it all happen? And is it in Malaysia yet? So currently, we are not affiliated with the government yet, but we are trying to introduce this to teachers in Malaysia as well. Also through Fazli, of course. He also helped us introduce to a lot of teachers in Malaysia. And I can also see that there's a lot of responses on our social media and emails that they're really interested in learning Assemblr EDU. So Assemblr EDU started last year when the pandemic started. So we actually started on January, but we officially launched it on May 2020. But we see a really huge difference this year. A lot of schools and teachers are aiming to use Assemblr EDU. And yes, if you're interested for a workshop, just send me your email or send me an email, and I will be able to do maybe a private workshop for you or for teachers if you have a group of teachers that would like to get intensive workshops. We're available for that as well. So just send me an email from Anita at assemblrworld.com.
Anita, I will organize the workshop later. So
okay.
Yeah, so the teachers can join our community page for Malaysia educators. Okay, so
All right.
so I will promote the workshop later. Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Fazli.
Anita, can I move to next question?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay, the next question is from Firdaus Abdullah. So for your information, he is the head of program of Genius Kurnia Ministry of Education Malaysia, where it is a school for autistic spectrum kids. So his question is Assemblr EDU has been tested or introduced to special education needs students? So he wants to know whether this kind of program, this kind of platform can be enlightened for them, and they can use Assemblr EDU to develop AR model for special needs students. He would like to collaborate with you in the future.
Yes.
So I guess
Yes.
you can explain more about that. Okay.
Okay, yes, actually, we have just started opening these programs for special needs students because we have also requests from special needs teachers, institutions that they want to use our platform to be able to communicate visually with their students. So yes, children with disabilities are using Assemblr EDU. Maybe I can send you an explanation about this program. Maybe if you can send me your email, maybe I can explain it much further because I think it's going to be really long if I explain it here.
Yeah. Okay, I will ask him to contact you later.
Okay. All right. Thank
through
you,
Facebook or Instagram. And then a question from my side. Okay, related to the diagram or the development of AR model, I would like to know whether, as you know, there are some other studio that develop AR model, like Unity and also Blender. Is Assemblr Studio or Assemblr EDU accept access for other similar type of file to be exported to Assemblr? Since as I observed, I guess educators might see Assemblr EDU as a platform that is much easier than the other studios. So if there's any restriction to convert other file to Assemblr. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Najwa, for the question. So actually, Assemblr EDU is quite easy to use for everyone. We understand that some other apps, they require coding. They require you to be able to create 3D models. They require you to be able to create animations. But I think these things are restricting people, especially those who don't have much time in creating lessons and such, because we understand that teachers at school, they have a lot of administrative works to do. And so that is why we created Assemblr Studio, Assemblr EDU, to make it much more easier for them and much more convenient for them to be able to create a lesson in just a couple of minutes. And so we do not provide coding, 3D modeling, and such. And for converting the project, so actually, yes, you can convert 3D objects from other applications, but currently we are only open for FBX, for f.fbx, but in the near future we are opening for .obj. We have a lot of requests on that as well. So yes, we are trying to get it as much as possible. So we really would like to open any kind of extensions to be able to be imported to Assemblr EDU. We're getting there. I hope that answers the question, Najwa.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, next question. There's a lot of questions here. Okay, can we create our own AR face like AR Zone in Samsung Galaxy?
Oh, you mean those 3D animated avatars?
Yes.
Kind of
okay. Currently, I don't think we can embed that to the Samsung gadget right now, because I'm not quite sure of what the extension would be required for the Samsung as well. But yeah, my answer is actually no. You cannot create facial avatars to be imported to Samsung.
Okay. The next question is, can we have the link for ACE program?
Yes.
Right, Bali.
Okay. I will give you the link. Actually, the link will be available on the digital goodies. So it's in there. Everything is in there. So don't worry. You'll get it at the end of the show.
Okay, the last question is from my side as well. Okay, since pandemic, parents has been the important educators for their children at home. So how can we expose to the parents to use Assemblr as some kind of extension or alternative sources to teach their own children at home? We know that Assemblr EDU is much used by educators, but somehow we need to expose this kind of technology to parents. So from your opinion, how can we expose parent-student engagement to use Assemblr EDU?
Okay, so first of all, it's kind of tricky when we want to introduce a technology that is quite not used to some people, especially parents. But we try our best to make the app very, very easy to use, because we don't want it to be really techy. We don't want it to be something that is quite hard to understand. And parents and teachers, they have a very different way of approaching the students, right? They have their own methods and techniques of approaching their students. So to me personally, I think the parents will have to spend for those non-techie parents, I think they will have to spend some time to understand how the app works. But I believe in no time it will help them to get used to the app itself. So yes, for parents, I think it's going to be quite challenging, because it's quite different from a teacher, right? From educators, they have different approaches. But yes, I believe they'll get it in no time.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's it, right, Penny? Do you have any question?
Okay. We have one person raise their hand. So I hope this is the last question. So from the same person. Okay. So Wong Eileen, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Hello, Wong Eileen, are you going to ask the question or not?
Hello, can you hear?
Yes.
Can you hear you?
Okay, I have two questions here. Okay, Miss Anita, I just want to find out, because my school is a small rural school and our classroom in a smart board. Okay, it's related to our government education. Online it can be done, but it's on Android. It can be linked to that smart board in my school? And the second question to Miss Muhammad Fazli is, if anything, if my school like smart board, I'm trying to do it for my school, to have it for my students, because we're having a smart board, and maybe after the PKP, I will run it to my students to give them a try and see what's the reaction. If anything, if I need for help, will you help? Will you how do I to connect you to help me out for this program, because I'm very interested on this. Thank you.
Let me answer first. Okay, okay. Wong Yilin, you can contact me via Facebook. Okay, so I'm available on Facebook, so you can contact me via Facebook, and you can join our Malaysia community for Assembler, and you can ask question in there. And I also from time to time I also put in the tutorial on how to use the Assembler apps. So the next question to Anita.
Mr. Muhammad, excuse me, Mr. Muhammad. The Facebook Malaysia community I'm already joined. I'm still pending. And then, do you have any Telegram that we can communicate from there?
Yes. I will put in the chat.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Okay. So, Miss Ellen, so I would like to answer your question. So your question was, how can we link Assemblr EDU to SmartBot? Is that correct? Is that the question?
SmartBot.
SmartBot.
Yes. It's just
okay.
like a TV SmartBot. It's just all is computerized. Exactly like computer is, but we are using the latest version for Android.
Okay. So I think I will have to do a small research or Google about SmartBot. Miss Ellen, is it okay if I answer a question through email?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay. All right, because I will have to know more about this SmartBot technology.
How do I get from your email? From that.
Can I have your email? Maybe you can.
You can drop your email in the chat section. So
okay.
Anita will take it from there.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. That's all for my questions. Welcome.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so that's all for today's webinar. So we already have the session with Anita, and we also have the Q&A session for around 10 minutes plus. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so for today's attendee, okay, you need to fill up the form. Okay, you need to fill up the forms on your own. Okay, so the link I already drop it in the chat in the Teams, and also I already put it in the live chat in YouTube. Okay, so you can click on that link and you can fill up the form. Okay, so for Malaysia teachers, okay, not only you will get the e-certificate, you will also get the SPL KPM credit for your professional development. And for Malaysian teachers, you may download your certificate through this link, okay, bit.ly/system/sijil webinar Johor. So the certificate will be ready around after 1 week from now. And as for the foreign attendees, okay, because we have attendees from 14 plus countries so far, okay, your certificate will be sent out to your email directly. So make sure you fill up your email correctly. Please double check. And for the form, okay, please use the capital letters for your name. Okay. So before we end our webinar, okay, Anita, you need to.
Oh yes. yeah. I will share my screen. So everyone who are staying until the end, thank you so much for staying until the end. I would like to share digital goodies from Assemblr. I'm asking everyone to get your smartphones prepared. If you have any QR scanner, get them prepared, because I will share receive the digital goodies. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, can you make it a full screen?
Yes, I can. Okay, so everyone, please scan on this QR code, or you can, if you cannot scan the QR code, feel free to copy the link below. It's bit.ly/Assemblr EDU-digital goodies. So please, you can access the QR code, or you can just screenshot this slide so you can open it later. Okay. So yeah, I hope everyone did a screenshot of this. Okay.
Let me type in the the link first.
Oh, the link. All right. All right. Let me know when you finished typing the link.
Yes, yes. So as for the participants in the YouTube channel, so there's a slight delay on the live session, so they can't see the QR code yet.
Okay. All right. Okay, I think it's okay for me to close this slide.
Yes.
Okay.
So before we end our session for today, let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I will repeat this one again. Okay. So as for our social media campaign, okay. So share your selfie during this webinar using hashtag SKTBIX Assemblr, and you also can use the hashtag Assemblr using your own social media account. And you can follow Assemblr social media accounts by clicking the link. Okay, so I will paste it again in the chat. And also you can scan the QR code below. And again, for Malaysia teachers, please join our community using this link. And from time to time, I will share the tutorial and also the best practice that we can do in the using Assemblr apps. Okay. Okay, so let me stop sharing. And for those in Teams call, okay, I will enable your camera now. Okay, I disable your camera just now because I don't want any disruption. Okay, so okay, I already enable your camera, so you can on your camera now. Okay, so we are going to take a photo session. Okay, so let me change the scene first. Okay. So where's Anita? Okay, it's up there.
Yes.
Okay, smile. Okay. Okay, thanks for everyone. Thanks for joining us today. So
Thank you.
Before we go, Anita, any last word?
Oh yeah, I would like to thank everyone who joined this session. If you would like to send me any questions or would like to just say hi and would like me to explain about what Assemblr EDU is or just about anything, just send me an email. I would be happy to be connected with you. So thank you so much. Fazli, thank you so much. Najwa, thank you so much. Ashadi, thank you so much. SK Taman Bukit Indah, and thank you so much Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Johor Malaysia for inviting me. I'm really glad to be here again with a lot of happy educators watching this. So yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye everyone.
Okay, Shadi, you can stop streaming to the YouTube.
I'm already in my email in the chat.